everybody. This is a vintage 1940s hair tutorial. We're going to be using a wet set with sponge rollers, which I've already done, but I'm going to explain different sizes of sponge rollers. Then we're going to brush out our hair so it looks nice and vintagey and pin-uppy. And then I'm even going to show you how to do some 1940s victory rolls with some hair accessories. All right, so here we go. So I've already set my hair with sponge rollers, and I'm going to show you how I did that. Right now I have a bandana over the top. So I do explain how to tie one of these bandanas on top of curlers in one of my other videos, so you can check that out. But pretty much you just make a big triangle, as you can see, like this, and fold it over the top of your head, starting at the base. Okay, so here are my curlers. I've used a larger size. This is a 1 1/4 inch curler. It looks like this. And I'm going to show you the rest of the sizes that I have. So here we go. Sponge rollers. Sponge rollers are the best, you guys. They're so good for your hair. They're not like Velcro rollers. They won't tug at your hair. They're not like hot irons or hot rollers that can damage your hair with heat. These can dry naturally overnight. They're spongy, so you can sleep on them, and they come in all these sizes. These are Conair curlers, and you can get them at any drugstore or online. So the smallest size is a 1/4 inch right here. Woo woo, love my curlers. And this is good for 1920s. It creates obviously a very tight curl. 1920s, 1930s. Same for this one. This is a 1/2 inch. It's also pretty small, so you're gonna have real Shirley Temple curls for that. Then we move up to, this is the 1 inch. This is good. You could use this for 40s. This is the smallest I would go. I've chosen to use this 1 1/4. It's larger, so it's still gonna have a curl, but you're also gonna be able to brush it out and get kind of that long, luxurious look. And then this larger size, this is a 1 1/4 inch curler, is good for 1960s, 1970s, where you're doing a lot of volume, think Farrah Fawcett kind of thing, and then you would curl them back from the face, right? Okay, so those are our sizes of sponge roller. The next thing about doing a wet set is that your setting pattern is very important. So how you decide to set the curls, whether they're going forward or backward or sideways, sort of determines how the hair will look when it's brushed out. So there are lots of different options for this. One standard way to just think about setting that kind of always works is just to do like a mohawk back. So everything rolls back like this, and then everything on this side rolls down. So pretty much everything is down. I like to create a bang over my forehead, and like usually I like to swoop my hair going this way. So what I've done is I've taken these two curlers and I've curled them forward so that they create like a swoop right here. And then these on the side I've also curled forward. So 6 curlers all going forward right around the frame of my face. So 2 forward, these forward. So this will create this kind of feel. Yeah, so that works really well for that. If you're doing like a pompadour that sweeps back on your head, then you're going to want to roll everything back, as I said. And the other thing that you can do is if you know for sure you're going to do an updo, like a half up like that, like a big 40s victory roll swoop, then you can roll these back and up like that, okay? So I rolled these 6 forward, and then the rest I just rolled back and down, okay? Because this part of my hair is just gonna be brushed out down like that. Okay, so let's start to take these out. While I'm taking these out, I'm going to kind of explain the process of how I put them in. All right, so I'm gonna start at the back here, and just pop right out. So to set your wet set, you want to have damp hair. It shouldn't be too wet or they'll never dry and you'll get stuck with wetness in the curl. Hair needs to be heated and cooled in order to set if you're using heat. So you have to wait till the curls set and cool down, or they won't stay, basically, if you're using heat. If you're using water, which actually sets an even stronger set, then you need to wait until they're dry. So they start damp and then you wait until they're dry. Okay, So damp hair out of the shower, usually blow dry it a little bit. And you can kind of blow dry it as you go because you're going to be adding a bunch of product to it. So for product, you want to add leave-in conditioner, Shea Moisture, one of my favorite brands here. Any kind of nice, healthy, healing leave-in conditioner, pop that on, especially on the ends. And then gel. This is Deva Curl, but you can use all different kinds of gel. You can use mousse. You can use Lotta Body setting lotion, which a lot of vintage girls use. Just make sure to dilute it with water. So setting lotion, gel, mousse, any of those three, any setting agent like that, and then a conditioner. And kind of get that all through your hair and use a wide tooth comb like this to brush it through. Okay, then you wait till it dries, or you can use a hairdryer. Lightly. The whole point of doing a wet set is you want to avoid a ton of heat, but a hairdryer is the worst that you use. So once you've done all that, then you want to set each curl in whatever pattern you've chosen. And if you're looking for inspiration for setting patterns, you can actually Google or go to Pinterest and look up vintage setting patterns, and they have them all with pin curls and with sponge rollers. And if you find pin curl sets, you can translate them to sponge rollers, just looking which go forward, which go back, that kind of thing. Once you've decided on your pattern, then for each of these that I rolled, I sprayed a little grooming spray. Suavecita is a great vintage brand. You can see the skeleton girl even has her victory rolls in place there. A grooming spray, which I love, and a little bit of hairspray. This is a flexible control. Garnier, this smells amazing, smells like apples. And the flexible control lets me kind of brush all of this out. So grooming spray and hairspray along each one. So I hold it out, spray it, and then roll it in. And on the ends, I use a pomade, and I pop that pomade just right on the ends to kind of seal them in. So as you can see, I don't have wild ends sticking out. They've been kind of sealed in. This pomade will seal it in and help make it shiny and smooth. So yeah, so you put the leave-in conditioner and gel first, and then as you roll each one, spray it as you go. Okay, so there's a bunch of product in here, but that's gonna make our set really strong. All right, so just pop these out. It's easy to pop them out, just pull them out like that. This is a little bit of a lighter, loose set. You know, honestly, I probably didn't let it fully dry. I didn't sit under my crazy hair bonnet, which you can see in my 1920s tutorial. Just be careful getting these off. Here we go. If they start to get stuck like this, then the great thing about sponge rollers, is that I just pop this off and it helps get it off. Okay, yay. So I use this hairstyle a lot. It's very convenient. If the sponge rollers seem uncomfortable to sleep on, you can buy pillow rollers. I got a set from Amazon that I like. I have found that they give a tighter curl. It's really just like a little square of fabric that you wrap around. Back in the day, women would have just used crisscrossed bobby pins to create pin curls or actual rags. So the pillow rollers, which are the most comfortable to sleep on, are kind of like the rag curls, but it makes a tighter curl. So you just want to think of, you can wrap a curl around one finger. That's like a 1/2 inch. This is like a 1.5 inch, size. It affects it. So the setting pattern and the size of the curl affects the look. All right, we're almost done here. So this is the one going forward. Let me remember that. It's caught. Okay, rather than pull on it and mess up the curl, just carefully, disentangle. Okay, and this lovely one right in the front. So usually I'll set this the night before and then I'll sleep on it and then I'll pop a little hair bonnet on. They have fun ones that you can use at home that attach to your to your hair dryer. Yeah, so it feels pretty dry. There's a little dampness in the back. You want to go over all of this again with your hairspray. I don't have my makeup on yet. I'm gonna demonstrate 1940s makeup after this, featuring Besame Cosmetics, one of my favorite vintage brands. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of Shirley Temple curls. Cute, look at that. So when I was a young performer and just figuring out how to do vintage hair, I would have thought, This, as long as it stays, and as you can see, it really does stay, which is nice. You know, I did not use a hot curling iron to get this. And that means that my hair and my ends are just not gonna be as stressed out, not as burnt. So when I was young at this, I would have thought this is done. Look, it's curly, it looks cute, looks better than it did before. Pop hair flower and go. No, 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 no. This is not, you can't stop here if you want to do a true vintage set. You have to do the brush out. That's right. There's so many great hair tutorials on all of this stuff online. I love Miss Victory Violet, so definitely check out hers. She shows how to do some fabulous brush outs. So I have a Denman brush here. These are great. Got it at Sally's Beauty. You can also get it online. The idea is that you want to gently brush through and kind of coax the hair into a certain shape. It's self-explanatory really, but we're going to try to smooth everything in. So what we're hoping is that the hair is dry and set now. So I sprayed it with hairspray. I'm actually just kind of stalling right now, waiting for the hairspray to dry. If you want to, you can also dry a little more at this stage. Rather than just putting the hairdryer straight on, you can pop a diffuser on the end, and that way the force of the air won't blow out your curl. So let's just heat this up a little. Always use a medium heat, don't use high heat on your hair. Yeah, and then just kind of gently, gently, gently make sure that it's dry. If you can't find enough sponge rollers to fill your whole head, you can always opt for bigger curlers in the back right here where you want volume, and then little curls underneath. In other words, if you run out of that size, you can put the bigger ones like here where you want volume and little underneath. Just FYI. Okay, so we're gonna start our brush out. So we start at the bottom and just gentle. You can actually use your fingers to just kind of run through to start. Get all the curls in place, gentle. The idea is that you're just trying to create a really smooth look, like so. All right, it's already looking really cute. I'm gonna do more flexible hairspray. See how I created the bang here by having these go forward, and then everything else kind of goes down and back. And actually this came forward too, which I kind of like, so maybe I'll remember that and kind of feature it. Okay, so I'm being really gentle, guys. When you reach the ends like this, you kind of want to be coaxing them together. Now, the ends already have a little pomade on them from when we set it, but this would be the time to get a little more extra pomade. This is, the Suavecita is great, it smells like strawberries. And pop it right on the ends there to make it look smooth. You're curling it. So I'm brushing the curls together, but keeping a general curl. But the curls don't look differentiated as much. I'll be gentle with this one. They look more blended. The 40s generally had a very smooth look in the back. And my hair feels incredible right now. It feels really smooth and nice. And that's what we're going for. All right, so as you can see, I was pretty gentle. I didn't brush out the curl, but I kind of brushed it all together. Honestly, this looks great. You could rock this. You could brush it out much further. Yeah, you might be able to just get this look going. This is a standard look right here. But we are gonna refine it just a little bit and show you a couple little options. So let's make a part that's very specific. I did a kind of a part when I set my curls. We'll use this as a guideline and just really seal the part in. Now I like a deep side part like this. And then this part can go back. Okay, great. Pretty straight. Let's just set the part. All right. Okay guys, so we've done a bit of the brush out with our Denman brush. This is a wonderful brush to use. You can also use a natural bristle brush like this that will also help create a smooth look. Yeah, wow, it does different things, doesn't it? And you can experiment. I just like experimenting with all of this. Okay, so brush out. Yay! Oh, it's so bouncy, so nice. Has movement because I didn't use a very strong hold hairspray. Okay, now I take my rat tail comb. This is invaluable. You can use this end to lift and create volume in here. And then you can use this end to back comb or tease your hair to create more volume. The really exaggerated, excellent pinup looks have a lot of volume up here, much more than this does right now. And the more you tease it also and spray it, the more it will stay where it's has to stay. So if you're a singer like I am or a swing dancer, it's nice to be able to have a really secure hairstyle. Okay, so we're gonna use this rat tail comb to back comb the top. If you want to now, you can add a voluminizing powder. I have some little options here. This is a dry shampoo, so that can work, but it doesn't necessarily have hold. This is a big hair powder, so this kind of thing. So it looks like a powder like that. Yeah, and what you do is just kind of rub this in on the roots. Oh, I wore my big ring. This might not be good. Okay. Let's get a little more in the back. Take my rings off and get some volume going in the back. So rub it right on the roots and then rub around. It has a strange coarse texture to it that helps lift the roots, as you can see. So just automatically with a powder like that, voluminizing powder, I have a lot more volume. Wow, makes a big difference. And that will stay, which is cool. But now for the teasing. Okay, so I've got my part, which is set. And now I'm gonna take a little section here and back comb. Now basically, the more you back comb, the further you go up the hair like that, and the more intensely you back comb, the bigger hair you'll have. You'll see some crazy looks where girls have it sticking straight up and it's super frizzed out, and actually it does create a really powerful look, but I take it easy on the back combing. I don't need that dramatic of a look, and I don't want to damage my hair too much. Because if you do it really intensely, basically I'm going against the grain underneath the surface of the hair. You're gonna need to use conditioner in the shower to get it out. Like, you won't be able to just brush out a back comb, it stays. So I'm spraying afterwards. If you really want it to stay, as you can see, I got some volume here. You can use, I like to use this big sexy hair, and this is a high hold. So that would really make it stick, but I wanna be flexible with my hair now, so I'm just using the flexible hold. Okay, so there you go. So I'm just gonna create all the volume. We'll see how it looks all crazy. Now I just did some here. Okay, I'm gonna, all along the back here, you wanna create lots of volume right here in the back. So go for it. Taking the comb, back combing against the grain all throughout here. You could do 2 layers here. In other words, that's a lower layer. Then I'm gonna repart the hair up top. And on this second layer, go again. And again, you can comb all the way up here. Yeah, here we go. All right, and now the important part. I love the shape of this, but I do need to kind of mess it up for a second just to get even more volume. So use your finger to part your hair, and you're gonna back comb inside here underneath the surface of the hair. So the idea is that you actually are gonna comb the surface over. No one's gonna see all this messy stuff we're doing underneath. They're just gonna see that there's a lot of volume. All right, and then back combing here. Okay, all right, we're good. I could go way more crazy, but for now, that's great. Now, look how much more volume I have. Okay, so now it's all messy looking. It looks like I just messed it up, but we're right on track. I'm gonna take, this is a time to use a paddle brush or a natural bristle brush to just gently smooth over. So if I used the Denman brush right now, it would comb right through all the work I just did. So very gently, I'm just gonna brush the surface, trying to kind of hold. So I'm just brushing the top hairs, which I didn't really touch with that back combing, over the top of everything I just did. All right, as you can see, there is a lot of hairspray involved in this. Now get this swoop or whatever you're going to be doing in the front, how you like it, and you can use clips to hold it in place, to hold it up. You can use this tail, the tail of your rat tail comb, to really pop in there, and because you put the voluminizing powder, it's going to help. This hair is really staying well together because I probably have so much product in it. There's not a lot of frizz or anything right now. But if there is, this pomade is your friend. Back in the 40s, hair looked almost greasy. It had so much pomade in it, but that helped create the smooth, silky look you always see in the old Hollywood films. So these are curl clips. They're small. You could use those to clip your hair up like that. Or you could use a larger wave clip like this, which I used for my 1920s hair, to clip the hair up. So I'm gonna use some of those. Got a couple pretty ones. Here we go. So let's go ahead and just clip this guy up. That way I won't continue to brush it out as I work down here. So again, just smoothing over. Less is more in a way. All right, and I'm actually going to, this is a trick I do when I'm driving to a show or something, and I know I want to create this look here. I want to have it curled under, not frayed out and weird. So this is a loose look. I could get more intense with this. I could clip it here, I guess. Maybe I will, just to hold it. So you can use these clips to hold it while it sets. Got some good waves. All right, so here's my trick that I do. I'll just comb this under how I like it, give it a little extra or a little extra pomade, and then wrap it around 2 fingers. Just wrapped it around these 2 fingers. It already has a setting. And then you can use one of these or a bobby pin to just hold it. Okay, so now when we take it out, it's gonna look beautiful. All right, so this side's all messy. We're just gonna use the soft, natural bristle brush to smooth out the back. The 40s sometimes had a look that really, this hugged the scalp. So you can put wave clips along the back like this. Once you brush it out, down here, put the clips there, like that. So this is smooth, and then this has curl. And then this, what are we gonna do with this? So I'm gonna show you a few options here. This is just a nice Veronica Lakeside sweep type thing. Okay, and I'm gonna do that same little trick on this side. I'm showing you guys all my tricks. Whoop. Let's get some hairspray. Oh, the curl's so nice. Whew. Hairspray in my mouth. And a little curl clip like so. So it kind of looks 20s-ish, 30s-ish, like that. But it'll be set, okay? So this would be how I travel. I've got these clips in, but hey, they're a cute color. Yeah, travel like that. Okay, we're gonna move right on. So we'll just unclip, see how we did. But there are moments when you want to travel and you want to keep your hair how it is. It's kind of just demonstrating. That could, you know, say you have to drive to a show and you have a few hours that you need to preserve it like that. All right, so here we go. This is just a basic, cute 1940s, kind of 1950s-ish side sweep, vintage looking hair with a wet set, so no heat used, which was fabulous. Now, hair accessories are important when you're doing a pinup look. You can just pop a hair flower. I created my hairstyle so it would look great right there. Perfect. Cute, right? You can use bobby pins to affix a whole bunch of flowers like that. This is just a little clip that I made out of an artificial flower, a hair clip that I just showed you, and some felt and a hot glue gun. Pretty easy. I may do a tutorial on those later. You could do a hair clip. This is a great vintage look. I don't know if I'd put it in like that. Maybe a twist or something like that, and pop it in back here. That would look cute. This side doesn't need any ornamentation. It's already its own sculpture. Or look, what I have a vintage fascinator here with veil from the 40s. It's got the fake flowers, the velvet. I believe this velvet bow goes in the back, and it's kind of like this. The flowers creep up the side of the hair. The veil comes over the face, probably a half veil, and then you wear it like something like that. Beautiful, or maybe even a little bit further back. So I would definitely wear that for an evening look. If you're going out in the daytime, you could wear an actual hat, a straw hat or a felt hat or a fun 1940s hat. Okay. Well, I did want to show you, just for fun, a few victory rolls. So let's see. I'm going to show you one here, and then we'll see if we want to venture into one back here. Maybe we will. It's a good 40s look. So this time I'll take the Denman brush. All this work we just did for that look can be undone. I'm just going to show you one more little look, and that's a victory roll. They were called victory rolls because they were popular during the 1940s, during World War II. And being beautiful and wearing your red lipstick and having your hair done when there was no money to be had and there was rationing and a shortage of all that was considered patriotic for women back then. So victory rolls, and when it's just two of them like this, it actually creates a V. It says V right here, so that's like a victory. So this is going straight back from the head. Now here you can back comb in here to create more volume if you like. I'm just going to go right ahead with the roll. Now, as you could see, I used a little more pomade. I have another kind of pomade here. This is the Yardley English Lavender Pomade. A pomade's kind of like a thick gel. Okay, so now I'm going to use 2 fingers to create a roll around it. I just go like this. You can roll it from the ends up, but I use this. It's a little simpler. And here we go. We just created that shape. I can see that. There's a little hole here. Some people like to be able to see air through their victory rolls, and some people don't. I'm going to be using some blonde bobby pins that match my hair. Get bobby pins that match your hair. And we're going to create an X in here to hold the victory roll together. So one goes this way and one bobby pin goes this way. And you want the jiggity jaggedy zigzag edge to go against the scalp. So I've created now a little X right here. X marks the spot. Sometimes you'll need other bobby pins. You definitely want to try to hide the bobby pin. And I've got a nice swoop here. So spray, spray, spray. That's not going anywhere. I'll probably put flowers here anyway, right here. And now all of this can just be brushed out with the Denman out. And because we clipped our hair earlier, even when we really brush it out, it's still got a lot of bounce and fun to it. Cute. So we're moving right into these classic looks. Now, I hate to mess this up. I mean, it's so cute. But just to show you another look, let's mess it up. I'm going to keep some of this bang to the front and maybe do something here. So I'm going to part it here. Keeping some of the bang. I'm cutting through all this back combing I did. Like that. Creating an actual part right there. All right, so now we have some to work with in the front. So we'll get to that later. When I know I'm doing victory rolls first off and I'm not demonstrating this other side, I just part my hair like a little headband all the way here. The back part brushes back and down, and then these parts swoop up. So I'm gonna do that here a little bit of a headband. So you can also set your hair so that it really works like this, but we're doing two styles today in one set. All right, so brushing this up, I think I'm gonna swoop this victory roll over and create a little V shape, boop, boop, right here, matching and meeting the other victory roll. So if the ends are frizzy or something, you can smooth them with pomade. 2 fingers, roll it around like so. Clip. Okay, so I'm gonna have this one matching and meeting this, same size, matching it. And we're gonna do that same little crisscross bobby pin thing again. Whoop. It's at the bottom of the little roll, so you've got a lot of volume going. There you go. And then this part should look nice and clean. All right. And I'm gonna put, wherever you mess up, which is great, if you mess up and things aren't clean, you can pop a flower there. But this actually does look pretty clean with a little brush. So let's use these bangs to do something fun. We could swoop back like that. But I'm gonna try to go under to create like a little bang. Okay, so the ends are a little frayed. So this is sort of a long bang. The fun thing about these styles is that they were so creative. Again, if you Google or look on Pinterest for 1940s hair, that you can really get creative yourself. If the hair feels like it's going a certain direction, then go that direction. There's no real rule. So I've got one here, and one here. I mean, that's just one option of how you could curl your hair like this. I've now curled this under. I'm gonna do the same X with the bobby pins. If you just put one bobby pin in, it could slide out, or part of the hair could kind of droop out. So the X is key to holding it. And you can always put more bobby pins in. The key is just to try to hide them. So this part's a little bit coming out. I'm actually just gonna tuck it under, I think. Bobby pin towards the back. Okay, interesting. All right, cute. I like this. So you could do 2 big ones like this. You could do 1 swoop here. You could do sometimes 1, 2, and then this could have been another one like that. So think about parting your head like this, letting all the back fall down so it's half up like that, and then styling the top into this elevated look. So here we go. That's pretty much my look. I'm gonna pop some flowers where I need to disguise, or where I need to fill out the shape. This is missing. It's like a vacuum right here. It needs something here. So I could put a big hat or a flower there. It would look great. And I could put a flower here, but it looks smooth, so I may just keep it. All right, and then there's a little TV trick I know too. So say you're doing a front forward facing performance or selfie or photo. Part your hair in the back, nothing's left in the back here, and both sides come straight to the front. And then you've got as much hair as you can. If you know that you're gonna be seen from all sides, if you know you're gonna be seen from the back, then have it all kind of back, right? Ooh, that was my spine. And if you know that you're gonna be seen from all angles, then you want some to the front, and then a little bit to the back. All right, and here is my 1940s victory roll look. All right, let's put those flowers in. Maybe another one. You can put the flowers right here. You can put them right on top of your own face, which is cute. Yeah, I don't know if I need one there. I could probably put this one here. I'd probably put maybe smaller ones here and here just to fill out the shape. And maybe a big one right here. I'm going down with the clip right here and see if this will hold. Yeah. And then if the little petals don't lie just the way you like them, you can individually bobby pin them into place. If I was doing a show, I would probably also add bobby pins in addition to the clip. All right. So there we go, guys. That's just a little tutorial on how to do a 1940s victory roll look. How to accessorize. You can be as creative as you want to. It's not going to ruin your hair. It's a very healthy wet set, and it's a lot of fun. And this set will last. You, back in the day, they wouldn't have washed their hair. It takes a lot of effort to do all this, so they wouldn't have washed their hair every day. Probably every 3 days, 4 days, you're fine. Just use dry shampoo, and you can have cute hair the whole time. So yeah, here we go. And next thing we're gonna do is makeup. All right. See you all soon.